Stupid.
There's a sound heard across the land. It's heard across the sea. You'll only hear it if you listen with your heart, and one day hope to be free. To hear the sound of freedom, many gave their lives. They fought for you and me. Those memories will always live inside us, and now it's our time to be free. Where the eagles fly, I will soon be there. If you want to come along with me, my friend, say the words and you'll be free. From the mountains to the sea, we'll fight for freedom again. So ring out loud for all the world to hear. From the sea to shining sea, let freedom ring, and every man be king, to live as one through the years. Where the eagles fly, I will soon be there. If you want to come along with me, my friend, say the words and you'll be free. From the mountains to the sea, we'll fight for freedom again.
With YouTube Premium, you can
snapped on my Liberty bibs, what a Levi Garrett packed between my lip and my gum. America. Got mud kicking off of my Red Wing boots, sweat stained tank top, and my forever looms keep it tucked. America. We're back to back undefeated World War champs. So take a cup, raise it up for my Uncle Sam. You know we sent a man to the moon, and before we're done, yeah, we'll probably send a man to the sun. America. Got a 12-gauge Remington on my gun rack. Stars and stripes flying high off of the back of my truck. Of course it's 4x4. America. Buck Anders, Colonel Sanders, General Lee. Home of the brave and land of that you and country girls. America. Yeah, we're back to back undefeated World War champs. So take a cup, raise it up for my Uncle Sam. You know we sent a man to the moon, and before we're done, yeah, we'll probably send a man to the sun. America. Buck. Truck. Chuck Norris. Allegiance to the flag, America. I crack a cold one and tip it on back to America. I got a right to bear arms for my barbed wire tab, America.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend our great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our basic buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In this House of Government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically opposed to secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in the
decided long
past,
ago
to do whatever needs to be done
and unwarranted
to
concealment
preserve this last and greatest bastion of
far
freedom.
outweighs the dangers
In this
that
present
suffice to
crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government
bitches.
Say that again. I think that we were.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro. Bro.
And the camera's freaking out too.
No, the camera's not freaking out. It's because of the flash. It's
We're
because
all
it's,
blurry.
it's all freaking. It can't focus because I've got it doing the Freedom Flash.
The Freedom Flash.
Because we're doing our own Freedom Telethon tonight. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're back, bitches. It's been a couple weeks. I had the Rona and I was traveling, but I'm back now.
Thought I could smell you come back in Alabama.
Anywho. So we're back.
We're back.
See,
There
now
it goes.
it's
Yeah.
focused because we were doing flashy things.
Man, that sound. If anybody can like tell a difference in the sound, just let us know. I feel like this that sound. Way better sound.
That's way better. It's way better, but it's picking up everything. Which, I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing, but we're going to need some condenser mics.
It's good, yeah.
Especially with my runny nose.
Oh yeah. Oh, the body functions are going to be happening tonight.
Yeah, the body function. You're going to hear all of it.
Now all y'all get to hear Justin fart. No, I'm just kidding. Justin, as far as I know, he has not farted during the show.
Oh, I have. I just did
We
this,
didn't
this
smell it.
silencio. Anyway, so it's been a hot minute since
I keep. We don't have to take our.
I know,
headphones
right?
off
Because
now.
we can actually monitor the sound.
Right.
Like it's not delayed. It's pretty nice.
So good. It is so good.
Anywho, so Freedom Telethon via,
I just realized my
YouTubes.
hair is all janky.
That's probably because you took a nap right before I got
Yeah,
here.
I like just woke up.
Yep. So, anywho, Joe,
Justin.
how have your couple of weeks been? Because it's been a minute.
Well, I've been pretty good up until about this week. You can hear every bit of it.
I know. It's amazing.
Like I could even hear it when you sat it back down.
Yeah, I know.
Dong.
Dong.
But
No, the waterfall's not here, Cody.
why?
If you paid it, I swear to God, he is the Internet Explorer of our friend group. The last one to know everything.
Lonnie told us he wasn't going to be here.
Yeah, in the group chat.
Yeah,
When Cody said he wasn't going to be here.
yeah. Like right after that.
Yeah. It all happened within the, same 5-minute period. So,
I do. I've got to
back
get
to your week.
Oh yeah.
Weeks. Because it's been about 2 weeks since we've done this. Because, reasons.
Well, I got quail.
I saw that.
I got quail. Did garden things. Started
As one normally does.
summer semester of school.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling fine up until about this week, and now I got all the stuff happening.
All the stuff and things.
The stuff and things.
Yep. That happens. Cody, I don't want to hear any excuses out of you. So, yeah, my couple weeks have been eventful. I spent a week in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
And it was like you could not leave Cedar Rapids.
And I could not get the fuck out of Cedar Rapids.
They did not want you to leave.
They canceled my flights 4 fucking times trying to get out of there. Super duper annoying.
That's why we didn't have a show the week before last.
Yes. So we didn't have a show the week before last because I was stuck in Cedar Rapids. I didn't get back into Alabama until almost 10 o'clock that Saturday night. And then last weekend we didn't have a show because I was getting over the Rona.
Yep. Yeah, you probably would have been fine, but we just wanted to be safe.
I mean, I definitely would have been fine.
Yeah, I just didn't want to take a chance of getting sick. But guess what? Got sick anyway.
No. Joke's on you, big boy. You abandoned Freedom things for naught.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. So, weeks are covered. I don't have a locked and loaded this week because we've been gone for effectively 3 weeks.
Pretty much, yeah.
And there is much to discuss.
There is much to discuss.
So, Cody, nobody cares you're not here. Shut up. Aren't you supposed to be doing bachelor party things?
Yeah, I thought you had a bachelor party to
Yeah.
go to. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to us? Well, technically it's only 8:30, so bachelor party things really don't start till later.
He's been drinking since 3 p.m. yesterday, apparently. So bachelor party things have been happening this entire time.
This is true.
So
I don't know. 3 p.m. yesterday, that could just be Cody.
fair. That's a valid point. So anyway, welcome back. It's time to talk freedom things.
That sound, man,
It's so much better.
so good.
So much better than it was for us. I don't know about for everybody else, but we can hear everything great now. Unfortunately, my headphones are like super tight.
Are they super tight?
Yeah. So if we can like fix that, that'd be great. That's much better. Mucho better. Unfortunately, also, like, I've got to be careful with how close I get to the microphone because I'm just louder than you in general. So, oh my God, she didn't hit the America didn't come through. What have you done to us? See, this is what happens when you say things are too quiet, Joe.
Didn't hear the America.
No, it didn't come through. Yeah, it's muted.
I'll try it.
What about now? Did it come through that time? Please tell me it came through that time. Yeah, it did.
Sweet.
See, Joe? See why you don't say shit like that?
Beth.
See? This is why you don't do that shit.
Is what it is.
God, you really can hear all of the things. Like, you just barely even... And I heard it. I was like, what the fuck? Anywho, so... first things first. We need to talk about the shooting in Uvalde.
That is the hot topic as of late.
Well, yeah. So, the discussion has been thus far that they need to take our guns.
Piss off.
Well, let me explain to you why conservatives tend to have a problem with you going straight for the guns. That problem originates from the fact that up until about 3 months ago, these were the same people who wanted us to all die because we wouldn't take a forced medical treatment.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I'm not going to give you my guns.
No, yeah, you can piss off.
Like, you can fuck all the way off. Like, when you get to the end of the road, take a right so you can fuck all the way off.
Yeah, there you go.
Because, no, that's not happening. The second thing that has to be talked about is the fact that apparently Matthew McConaughey has valuable opinions.
He has went full communism.
Like, first off, why the fuck is Matthew McConaughey at the White House and Joe Biden on Jimmy Kimmel? Like, that's the opposite of the way things are supposed to be. Like, it should be Matthew McConaughey on Jimmy Kimmel and Joe Biden doing his fucking job at the White House.
It's like Idiocracy in real life.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I get it. Like, people have opinions on this, but
why is he speaking at the White House about it?
Unfortunately, you only have a platform because you're good at acting. So my advice would be to act and shut the fuck up about guns, because you know absolutely nothing about our constitutional rights, and it's pretty apparent. So,
accurate.
The correct response to all of this is that we should strengthen our schools.
Yes. Not
strip the rights of law-abiding citizens from them. Because I don't know if maybe you didn't notice, but the guy who shot up the school clearly did not care about the law.
No.
Because
he killed a bunch of innocent kids.
Killed 17 innocent children and 2 adults.
Yep.
After he shot his grandmother at his home.
And dude, like, if you really want to, like, wonder if his moral compass was messed up, like, he shot his grandma.
Yeah.
Like, who hates their grandma? As long as grandma's, nice.
I mean, like, I wouldn't shoot my grandma.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly.
I'd shoot her feller.
Oh, you don't like him?
No.
I like him. I met him at the Poke Salad Festival.
I don't care. I don't like him.
Well, just because he's with your grandma?
Exactly.
Oh, damn it.
That guy sucks.
I like his beard.
I don't care.
And I like his cane.
I'll take that cane and beat him with it.
He's a nice feller. You get off
I
that
mean, I'm sure he's fine. I don't
get
know.
off that
I
old
haven't
man.
met him.
You get off that old man.
I haven't met him, and it's fine. Like, I just really enjoy giving my grandma a hard time about it because it's hilarious.
Did you go give her a hard time this evening about it?
No, I did not. I've been dealing with the drainage stuff, so I like haven't been hardly anywhere. Like, I went to get these clips from Guitar Center because the new microphones demanded it.
Yep.
But it's one of those things. Like, so we need to stay on topic. We can't be going off topic this early.
It's been a minute.
It has been.
Hard
We
not
haven't
to go
seen
off
each other in a
topic.
while. So regardless, so back to the topic at hand, which is gun control, right? So gun control is not the issue. Like, nothing as far as the constitutional right to keep and bear arms has changed, because that's like a God-given right. And if you think that you're going to take my guns, you should be prepared to leave in body bags.
Exactly.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen. But there's a lot of talk about changing the age to purchase a firearm to 21. Well, if you're going to change the right to bear arms to 21, like to be able to purchase a firearm, you should also be changing voting to 21, being able to sign a contract to 21, because
Alcohol.
you're either an adult.
Well, alcohol is 21.
Exactly. You're either an adult or you're not.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways.
Can't go in the military till you're 21.
Yeah. Can't be drafted until you're 21, nothing. If you're going to say that I can't have my constitutionally protected right until I'm 21, then you don't get anything
No
else until you're
taxes till
21.
you're 21.
Well, I mean, even minors pay taxes, but they get all of their tax money back. Like, the federal government doesn't get to keep any of it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why even tax them? Why go through the trouble?
Because it's a matter of convenience for, like, payroll, for the most part. So anyway, regardless, at the end of the day, the right to keep and bear arms is enshrined in the Constitution. Now, I have seen something else that's rather hilarious. Are you going to mess with that all night?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure I get your voice out and not muffled.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. But I just see it, and it's like, ugh.
I'll try to do it inconspicuously.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Like this. I'll make sure I'll do like every time I go to mess with it, I'll just go.
So I saw something on Twitter
Yeah.
after all this has transpired, and it's this African American guy, and he's saying that the Second Amendment was fought for by the Southern states because the Southern states wanted to enshrine slavery.
I saw that.
Okay, first off, that's not how this works. Like,
That's not even
when the Second Amendment was written, it was 1774, 1775.
What?
While they were writing the Constitution, there were no Southern states. Oh, and by the way, slavery was legal everywhere. It has nothing to do with the Confederacy or the Southern states, and it has everything to do with our ability to fight tyrannical governments.
Right.
Also, saw something else on Twitter that said conservatives typically leave out the well-regulated militia part of the Second Amendment. No, we don't. We just understand what well-regulated militia meant back then.
Right.
You clearly
Well,
do not.
regulated means effective, not controlled. like
Well-
controlled in the sense of, well, you can't have these weapons. No, well regulated meant no. When
So
that time
actually-
comes, we can shoot shit.
So actually, well regulated was derived from regulars,
Right.
which was everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was
Which also the militia was literally all able-bodied males.
right, but there was something written down talking about how a militia should be regulated, talking about how making sure every man has MO, and how they
Yeah.
have the training, just like wait, what was that, Justin? Like those crazy people that go out in the woods and shoot guns and do maneuvers. Weird.
Also not related to the government.
Yes.
Because, granted, now the militia is kind of meant to be like the state can call up the militia, which is fine.
But see, some people are trying to say, well, that's
the power of the state
Yeah.
to fight the federal government.
Some people are trying to say, oh, well, that's because that's the National Guard. Like
That's not the National Guard.
it's
The
not-
National
no.
Guard is part of the military.
exactly.
Not the same thing. So, I mean, it's just like you can't have it both ways.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. Like that's not how any of this fucking works.
Exactly.
So, not only that, but there was another mass shooting after the Uvalde school shooting that nobody talked about. Were you even aware? Were you aware that there was another mass shooting?
I'd heard of a couple, actually.
Well, this one happened in Philadelphia. But guess the race of the suspects.
Black.
Yep. So it doesn't fit their narrative. So they're not going to talk about it. Like, this is either a problem or it isn't. You can't cherry pick the ones that you don't like and leave the ones that you don't care about alone.
Precisely.
Either talk about it all or don't talk about it at all.
Precisely.
Like, it's not hard. It's literally, if you were truly an unbiased media and you truly cared about gun control and all of these things, you would talk about all of these incidents, not just the ones that are emotionally charged.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they're relying on. They're relying on the emotions of the American public. And unfortunately, the American public is extremely uneducated when it comes to matters of history and fact. They rely on emotion. And that's not how this should work. You shouldn't be creating policy based on emotion.
No.
At all.
Period.
Now, if you want to talk about the fact that things aren't getting done in Congress, that would be because the average age of a senator is in their 60s, and the average age of a representative is like in their upper 50s. Like, these are people that would have a hard time finding a new job because of the fact that most companies would view them as unemployable. Yet we allow them to continue to run the country.
Right.
While President Pop Pop is on Jimmy Kimmel. I don't get it. I don't understand how the American people have gone so far as to forget that there is a thing called a Convention of States.
Right.
And at this point, I really believe that that's the only way out of this. That's the only way we're going to get term limits, because they're not going to vote to lose their power.
But they would also take a convention of states to get rid of the Second Amendment, too.
Right, because, unless for some unbeknownst reason, the Democrats take, like, super majorities in both the House and the Senate.
And then we just shoot them all. We're getting flagged for that.
That's a great way to start a civil war. Like, it really is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if you really want to think about it, like, that power to try to disarm the public, you've seen the just trays of wedding rings from the Holocaust, right?
Right.
You know what they took before they took the wedding rings?
Their guns.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
See, this is why we support the Second Amendment. We support the right to keep and bear arms, because it is a fundamental right to our safety and our security.
Precisely.
You can't take something that doesn't belong to you. Oh, by the way, when they did their mandatory gun buyback in Australia, a lot of people didn't turn in their guns. Shocker. Like, color me fucking shocked. Their policies are fucking stupid. And the thing is like, gun violence is one of the top 3 issues for the American public, right? The other ones are inflation and gas prices.
Gas prices are killing
Fucking
me.
insane.
Like, I have never seen.
And shameless, not paid for advertisement here, but have you downloaded Upside yet?
Not yet.
You need to.
I'm about to.
Use my referral code when you do. Like,
Okay.
I'll send it to you again.
Okay.
Because you get some extra off and then I get some extra off.
Nice.
I made $10 the last time I filled up.
Nice.
Yep. And that was last week.
I'll have to check that out.
It was like 51 cents per gallon that I got back.
Nice.
So
That's pretty
I'm
legit.
I'm just gonna bank it for a little while and then I'll cash it out.
There you go.
Maybe I'll use the proceeds to buy another tank of gas.
Maybe you use the proceeds to buy AR-15.
Maybe. It's a possibility. Speaking of, I'm about to start a 300 blackout build.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wish I could afford to do that.
It's not a matter of being able to afford it anymore. It's a matter of if I don't do it, they're going to do some stupid shit and I'm not going to be able to do it.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
yeah. Anywho, so, yeah, I've got to really work on, because, like, I'm sure they can hear that. Because I can definitely hear it. Whoa, hey, that's a little bit aggressive, okay? It's not communist Russia.
We can, like, do that. There once was a ship that put to sea. No, that
stop.
sounds terrible. It's all
Stop
wah,
it.
wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, wah, 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 wah.
I can go
Anywho.
blow my nose.
Go for it. So, yes, Cody, 300 Blackout is a fun round. Especially subsonic 300 Blackout with a suppressor. Because, I wonder if we're going to be able to hear this blowing of the nose.
I'm not going to blow it. I'm just wiping it.
Oh, it's a solid plan. So I mean, there's a lot more to talk about with gun control, obviously, and none of it's fun. Like, none of this is something that brings me any joy to talk about, because it's something that we shouldn't have to talk about, in my opinion. Like, at the end of the day, the Constitution is written as it's written for a reason. And you can all piss off. Or,
Indubitably.
as we like to say, fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe. It's just one of those things. Like, at this point, I don't have much more to say about it. Like, except for Mullen Labe.
Mullen Labe, baby.
Come and take them.
Get
Be
your
my
dirty
guest.
paws off of my silky brass.
Anywho, what else is there to talk about, Joe? What's been going on in the world of politicians? Oh, that's right, the January 6th Commission.
Oh, shit.
Where we got our Freedom Telethon title from. Because, you know, they decided to do a primetime telethon the other night about January 6th. Where, you know, I'm old enough to remember exactly what happened. Some idiots went to the Capitol, unarmed, and got promptly kicked out after about 3 hours.
Right. A lot of them didn't even do anything. They literally, they knocked the front door down. They
And
walked
then they
in.
just walked around.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're gonna dang try to, you know, fight the government, at least come armed. Damn.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need to at least have arms. Like, in order for it to be an armed insurrection, it has to be, one, armed
Right.
into an actual insurrection,
Now-
not just a couple hundred idiots walking into the Capitol.
Now, you had to admit, though, if they would have walked in there with AR-15s, we wouldn't be able to buy AR-15s right now.
Oh, hell no.
They would have shut that shit down that
They
day.
would have. But again, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we might be in a foxhole now instead of
Probably
sitting here
would
talking.
be. I mean, honestly, like at the end of the day, like that's one of those things where we're not going to give it up.
Right, exactly.
And if you think we're going to, you have much bigger problems.
You gonna ride the lightning, baby.
Yes. Yes. Because, you know, I know ammo might be expensive, but I'm not going to just shoot you once. I'm going to shoot you into the ground.
I'm gonna make sure you ain't coming back to change your mind.
Exactly. There will be no take backsies. Again, it's just another one of those things. Like, the American people don't fucking care about this.
No.
They do not care about January 6th. We know what happened. We know why it happened. We know that Nancy Pelosi rejected additional security. We know a lot of things about January 6th. And we know for a fact that it was not indeed an armed insurrection.
No, it wasn't.
It was a couple hundred idiots that walked into the Capitol with no clear goals.
They were all just mad. Once they got in, they're like, well,
shit, what do we do now?
I guess we're here now. Is your phone ringing?
Yeah, it's Cody for some reason.
Is he calling into the show?
What do you want?
Put him on speaker.
Well, why? Well, because we're talking about things. They tried to call Discord.
I don't have Discord up.
Well, that would be probably it.
Wait, yeah, I do.
Now, why? What? Okay, so but what's the purpose of calling into the show here? Like, what's
I
the
don't
goal?
I don't have the new sound stuff set up for Discord yet.
Okay, well, we appreciate that, and we're gonna get back to the topics at hand.
Thank you for
Peace.
calling Embers of Liberty.
Like, appreciate you, but also like give us some warning.
Well, I mean, you
Like,
technically
I thought
did.
maybe Cody was dying.
It's like shit, guys, shit.
Yeah, like maybe Cody's dying, but
Well-
no, Cody's not dying. Cody wanted somebody to call in.
Cody's also on Nancy's special sauce right now.
Probably.
He's a little fermented on the sauce.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, did you see that they're trying to put a taxpayer funded bar in the house?
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's some bullshit.
Like,
Like,
do you not see a problem with this?
How much more obvious do you have to get, Nancy?
Like,
How much more obvious do you have to get?
do you not see the problem with this at all?
They're gonna go in there and get slits and then be like,
I,
"We're gonna take over America."
hold on. I fully support this, but I have some stipulations. First off, we get to see what each member of Congress is drinking.
And their tab.
We get to see how much they're spending of our money on alcohol, and we get a live feed of the bar.
Yes.
I want to count Nancy's trips.
Yes.
Also, Nancy Pelosi, her husband, got arrested for DUI.
Yep.
And they're trying to keep the mugshot and the arrest footage sealed.
Shouldn't be able to. That's public record.
Guess
Biatch.
what? There's already a FOIA request in. Freedom of Information Act, baby.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, the same people that want to defund the police, being arrested by the police. Shocker. We need a golf clap button.
I'm here for it.
I need a golf clap button. But also, I mean, that's just...
Stupid. That sounds so good.
It sounds much better.
Smell like failure.
Oh, it sounds so good.
Nancy Pelosi's husband.
How does the
Sounds
come
like
on man button sound? Come on, man. Still like shit.
Still like shit. It's really shitty. I mean, so I don't know. I think tonight we just need to like kind of riff and talk about just the random shit that's happened since we've been gone.
So another thing that's happened is China's getting a little pissy.
China's been pissy.
But like there was apparently an incident the other day with Australia. Did you hear about that?
Shocker. No, I didn't hear about that actually. I've been super out of the loop because, you know, I didn't feel like focusing on anything except for Rona and traveling and all that good stuff.
So,
like I tried to get a little bit back into it this week, but I just really couldn't. Plus, I've been listening. If you haven't listened to Jack Carr's Terminal List series or read it, highly recommend.
So I think something along the lines of a Chinese fighter jet got really close to Australian forces or something like that in their territory. And now they're kind of arguing back and forth.
Let's see. Well, okay, so let's I'll send this over to the court of dis, and we can learn about this together. What? Okay, this is getting annoying. Why didn't you work? This is from an Australian news outlet, so.
Oh, hell.
No, you're going to need to maximize that. Stop. Dude, you've still got it muted and he's talking.
I know. I'm trying to get him to
See,
stop.
this is why we need...
That's why we
the
need the
Kentucky
mullet.
waterfalls.
That's why we need the mullet. All right, ready?
I hope so. I hope it worked. Yeah, we're good. Go.
Okay, back now to the new Labor government and China's deliberate strategic incursion into the South Pacific got kind of real today with the arrival of China's foreign minister in Honiara, where he'll look to cement Beijing's security ties with the Solomon Islands before continuing his Pacific tour, taking in Kiribati, Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Vanuatu, Papua New
I don't
Guinea,
think this is the same
and
thing.
even East Timor. This is an extraordinarily symbolic and proactive act of diplomacy, with China looking to rope 10 Pacific nations into a security deal. Our new Prime Minister is under no misapprehension about what all this means.
We've known that China is seeking to extend its influence into the region. During the election campaign, the Solomon Islands deal, of course, was front and centre. But we know that from China's perspective, that's just the first of a range of deals that they want to exercise.
Yeah, it's reassuring to see that Albanese frames this in such straightforward terms. And the Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, flew back from Tokyo, changed planes, and she's already landed in Fiji. This is urgent and sensible diplomacy, demonstrating that Australia has put Pacific Island affairs near the top of our priorities. In fact, here's a bit of Penny Wong speaking in Suva just minutes ago.
It
reminds us that we do what families do. Be there for each other in good times.
Yep, that's... I can't change it to the live full screen. Still. So everybody can see everything that's going on.
Sustainability is everywhere.
Freaking fidelity.
What's the Chinese Defense Ministry now saying?
Well, it's released a statement accusing Australia of manufacturing confrontation and spreading false information. And this is the first official response China's Defense Ministry has made since the incident, which occurred back on May the 26th. Now, in that incident, a surveillance plane, an Australian surveillance plane, was on a routine flight over international waters in the South China Sea. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says Australia has been conducting flights like this for decades in accordance with international law. Australia says a Chinese jet flew dangerously close, cut in front of the Australian plane and released chaff, which resulted in small fragments of aluminium getting lodged in the plane's engine. Now, China's Defense Ministry says Australia has got the situation completely backwards. Quote, reversing black with white, is telling Australia to stop provocations and specifying consequences, although not saying what they would be if Australia doesn't comply.
So, you're going to have to put it back on the, you got to double click it. There you go. Holy shit.
I can't see.
I know. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and fix that real quick.
Okay.
So
China's doing some screwy shit.
Give me the mouse.
China up in here like, hey, we gonna do stuff and then say it's your problem, not ours.
Yeah, pretty much. You're gonna have to talk because I don't.
Well, I ain't got much to say. You the talker, not me. But yes, China is being screwy.
Also. Okay, so
What you got going on?
why is this not working?
Well, that scene right there is a new scene. Like, I deleted the old scene.
Well, the problem is that I can't get the camera up.
What do you mean you can't get the camera up?
It's not showing up.
Well, I can control it for tonight, and then we can fix it.
No, the camera on this scene is not showing up.
Ah, you got it. Did you bring it to the top?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you delete it and try to put it back in?
Yep.
That's weird. Very vid. I mean, it'll work for tonight.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
I didn't mess with none of that, though. All I did was mess with the full screen dealio. For some reason, we're blurry, though. You probably had to put your hand right in front of the camera and let it refocus. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Okay. Now then.
You feel better now?
Yeah, everything should be working properly now. So, downfall of not having the Kentucky waterfall here is that when things go wrong, we got to troubleshoot them on our own.
We don't have Moulet maintenance here.
Yeah, there's no Moulet maintenance. Except for he doesn't have a Moulet anymore. So it's kind of...
Fired.
Fucking fired. Cody and Lonnie. Fired. Fucking pathetic. Unbelievable. Unreal. Anywho, so... let's make sure this is working.
Yep.
Perfection. Chef's kiss. So, China
being screwy.
A bag of dicks, as always.
Bag of commie dicks.
Yes, commie dicks. Which, you know, brings me to...
That's Russia.
Commies are commies. And commies, as any commie will tell you, are not people.
So it's okay though that out of helicopters.
Exactly. And I will argue that to Jesus himself.
That's a little extreme.
I'm dead serious. Communists are people, man. That's why it's not sin to throw them out of helicopters. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't go that far. Anyway, we talked about China.
I mean, there's just a lot of stuff to talk about.
And we haven't talked about Russia. Russia's still doing Russia shit.
Russia is indeed still doing Russia shit.
And for what I've seen, Russia is actually kind of starting to make headway with their little invasion.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, can you really expect anything less? I mean, at the end of the day, Russia has much more as far as resources than Ukraine does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's expected that it's going to go that way at some point.
Let's see.
But
see if I can find anything on the latest.
Camera is too high. No. I can't reach. I think that's better.
So Russia is now in control of much of Severodonetsk. Of that lettery city.
Yes, the very lettery city that none of us can pronounce. Excuse me. Shit.
It says fighting rages as in critical Ukrainian cities. Kiev pleads for more weapons.
At this point, I still don't understand why somebody hasn't been like, okay, you gotta fucking stop.
Because of nukes, man. It's all because of nukes.
Yeah,
because they know,
I get that, but
I know Putin's crazy enough to be like, "Hey, you done something." Beep.
But at the end of the day, you've got to think Putin's not that crazy.
I don't know.
He's not dumb enough to ensure the destruction of his entire country.
But see that what if we didn't nuke the entire country? What if we just nuked Moscow?
Well, I mean, he's got to understand that an action like that will have extreme consequences. Right? I mean,
I would hope.
Then again, President Pop is willing to let Americans suffer from high gas prices for the sake of his extreme left-wing agenda.
Yeah.
So he'd probably just let Ukraine burn. Oh wait, he already is.
Yep.
Everybody, I mean, but that's the thing, like the entire world is just kind of standing by. And I get that Ukraine is extremely corrupt and it has been for a long time, but you've got to understand that that's what budding nations typically are. It's a hotbed for corruption. Like, almost always.
Right.
So, especially given President Pop's son's ties to Ukraine and Burisma, you'd think he'd be a little bit more protective of them, since they lined his pockets for years.
Maybe
that's why he's
welcome
not
to Joe's
protective of
conspiracy corner. Maybe he's letting Ukraine get destroyed because it'll destroy the evidence of his involvement with Ukraine.
Yeah, but that's not Russia's goal. Russia's goal is not to destroy any of that evidence. Russia's goal would be to bring that to
I'm saying
light.
they're hoping that maybe it'll get destroyed in the process.
Yeah, but Russia's not going to be that careless. Like, if that's the end goal is to expose the corruption of the United States via Ukraine, Russia's not going to willy-nilly destroy all of it.
Fair.
Like, I just don't know what to make of it anymore. Like, in one sense, I kind of feel like we've done as much as we should do, because honestly, when we send money to Ukraine, it vanishes. It just disappears.
Yeah. There were reports. Of course, they're trying to say it's not true and it's Russian disinformation, but
it's always Russian disinformation. Aren't you fucking? Don't you know anything, Joe? Like, fuck.
But apparently, some Stinger missiles are being sold on the dark web.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that on Reddit. Not surprised.
No.
Not surprised at all. So, I mean, essentially sending weapons to Ukraine, if Ukraine starts losing that war, is going to turn into a wholesale. You have got some serious eye junk going on.
I know. It is getting on my nerves, too. And like it all of a sudden just starts and it don't stop.
Yeah.
It burns. I'm wondering if it's pink eye.
I don't think it's pink eye.
It is
probably allergies.
It is destroying me. I'm gonna turn the lights down. Baby, fix my eyes and turn the lights down low.
Oh my god. So yeah, I mean, it's Ukraine is. Well, it's Ukraine. There's not really a whole lot you can say about it at this point. Like it is what it is.
Lowered the lighting on my computer here. It's much better.
Damn, all the bodily functions just.
It's just all of a sudden.
Sound like Tasmanian devil over there. So I feel like there's just too much. There's too much that has happened in the past couple of weeks.
I know.
Like, the quiet times are over, it feels like.
And we haven't even talked about the economy.
I mean, we kind of touched it a little bit.
I mean, gas prices are ridiculous.
I'll tell you one thing. If they were to put me on a stand right now and tell me to tell them where the economy touched me, I'd point right to my butthole.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I am getting raped by gas prices, food prices, everything. I can't even imagine what it's like for you.
I went to the store the other day. Did you get stuff just for dinner? Like,
yeah.
just for that day?
Yeah.
$40.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's like I went out to eat for that.
Yeah. You won't be able to for much longer.
No.
I think, let's see, the last time I went and got groceries, I literally got like 8 things, $67.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? I miss my $1.18 a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
I miss my.
No, there was a time. Golly, man, the body is just like must do things.
Yeah.
But there for a while, eggs were even getting down to 99 cents a dozen. 99 cents.
Yep.
Now they're at least $2.30. Like, that's the cheapest I found is $2.30.
At minimum.
Yes.
I
Shit.
think you've got chickens.
Shit is getting real.
Yeah, it really is, and that's the scary thing. Like, what? At the end of the day, what are we going to do about all this stuff?
We're gonna sell all the shit we have.
You'll own nothing. And you'll be happy.
We're gonna buy a piece of land, and we're gonna have a little
reset.
We're gonna have a little hippie commune.
It's the great reset.
And I'm walking around naked.
No,
it's a hippie commune.
I will literally shoot.
We need one nudist, man. Haven't you seen Wanderlust?
Yes, I have.
We need one nudist.
No, we don't.
I'm the nudist.
No, you're not.
I'm going to be the nudist.
You will get shot.
And I'm going to make wine and have my little pube sack.
No. You will literally, the last thing you will hear will be,
you won't see nothing.
That's true.
It just looked like a hairy woman without boobs walking around.
Okay, that's fair. Anywho, but yeah, I mean, everything. Gas is at an all-time record high. And, you know, the problem is the Democrats will try to say, you've got to adjust that for inflation.
Yeah, that's what I just saw. Yeah, $5 gas is here. AAA says nationwide average hits new high. But while it's the first time breaking the $5 barrier, it's still not a record when inflation is taken into account, Justin. Bullshit.
First off, inflation is the reason that it's as high as it is. That coupled with the fact that, you know, President Pop shut down the Keystone Pipeline before it was finished because he's a fucking communist bastard. Like, at the end of the day, you can't say that it has anything to do with inflation because inflation is a result of all of this. Like, fuel costs directly drive inflation because the more expensive it is to transport things, the more those things cost.
But Justin, the reason why gas is so expensive is
because of Putin.
No, it's because COVID, Justin.
No,
COVID.
It's because of Putin. It's Putin's price hike.
No,
that's what they said though. They said it's Putin's price hike.
Even though gas was going up before.
Even though, you know, gas since Biden was installed, it's literally like, you know, on the graph, it's like that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like Biden was installed here. Putin's price hike is way back here, like all the way up here. It didn't start until it was already here.
Yep.
How stupid do you think we are?
It's going to get worse.
Please run on this. Run on this, please. All of you, all of the Democrats, please run on this. Do you see where the DA in San Francisco got booted?
I did not.
Oh yeah, he got booted hard because he refused to prosecute people for things like shoplifting and gun violence and drugs. I mean, there was a hearing not too long ago where somebody was asking somebody about mandatory minimum sentences and they wouldn't answer the question. And they were like, well, I would hope that you would see that, you know, my views would take into account the most relevant information. And the guy was like, no, I see that you won't answer my question. And if you won't answer my question, how can I in good conscience vote for you?
No. That's how you are a politician. That's how you be a politician. You answer questions.
Also, what's a woman? That movie is breaking fucking records. Like,
I don't know what a woman is, Justin. I'm not a biologist.
Oh, wait. So, you know what? I kind of want to pull up the clip of the does a chicken have a gender identity?
Send it. I'm not a biologist, Justin. I don't know anything about a woman.
Oh, okay. Because this, I fucking hate Avast sometimes. Like, I mean, while we're at it, let's go ahead and hit all of the stuff.
Well, we talked to a lot of people for.
I think that was actually the beginning of the clip. You're good.
My film, What is a Woman, which is streaming now exclusively on the Daily Wire. And you go to whatisawoman.com and get signed up, and you can watch the film right now. Many of the conversations we had were unintentionally hilarious. Many were disturbing. Veering significantly over to the disturbing end of the spectrum is my interview with Dr. Michelle Forcier, who is, as you'll hear her proudly identify herself, a gender-affirming pediatrician and also an abortionist. We flew up to Providence, Rhode Island to speak with Dr. Forcier. She was, friendly enough at first. And what we found in many of the interviews that you'll see in What is a Woman is that gender ideologues are very polite and nice right up until the moment when you express any skepticism at all. But before we get to that point, where things really start to sort of fall apart, let's get to know Michelle a little bit. Watch.
My name is Michelle Forcier, and I have a medical degree from University of Connecticut, residency, University of Utah Pediatrics, and I've worked for a number of different Planned Parenthoods for 20 years. I do advanced contraception and abortion, as well as gender hormones, and sort of looking at the whole sort of schema of gender, sex, and reproductive justice.
So you've done a lot of work in this field. Could you just start by telling us?
Sure.
At what age can a child first begin to transition into another gender or identify themselves as a gender different from how they were born?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's research and data that show that babies and infants understand differences in gender. Some children figure out their gender really early, and the reason why we say, oh, it's interesting or important is because they're figuring out their gender identity is not necessarily congruent with their sex assigned at birth.
When the doctor sees the penis and says, this is a male, has the sex of male, that's an arbitrary distinction?
Telling that family, based on that little penis, that your child is absolutely 100% male identified, no matter what else occurs in their life, that's not correct.
So what is gender affirmation care? You're a big proponent of. If we walk through, a child is sitting down with you, is questioning their gender. What's the gender affirmation process?
Affirmation means that as a pediatrician, as someone who says my job is to provide the best medical care for you, is I need to listen really carefully. And how I put it in words for kids so that they can understand it is, tell me your story. Where have you been in terms of your gender and your gender identity? Where are you right now? And more excitingly, where would you like to be in the future?
Have you ever met a 4-year-old who believes in Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
So this is someone who believes that a fat man is traveling through the sky on a flying reindeer at lightning speed, coming down his chimney with presents.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is someone who maybe has a tenuous grasp on reality?
They have an appropriate 4-year-old handle on the reality that's very real for them.
Agreed. But Santa Claus is real for them, but Santa Claus is not actually real.
Yeah, well, but Santa Claus does deliver their Christmas presents.
Well, yeah, but he's not real, though.
He actually doesn't.
To that child, they are.
When I see a child who, believes in Santa Claus, and then let's say this is a boy and he says, I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone who can't distinguish between fantasy and reality, so how could you take that as a reality?
I would say that as a pediatrician and as a parent, I would say how wonderful my 4-year-old and their imagination is.
One of the hardest things as we did this film, especially in interviewing somebody like that.
So obviously this is like a super long video.
It's pretty good though.
It's necessary. Like, I actually do want to spend some time on this because this is important. Like,
eventually it's going to get to
where he's asking the right questions.
Right. Eventually it's going to get to where we are not allowed to call our children boy or girl.
Yeah, and at that point I will probably tell everyone who tries to tell me that I can't call my child a girl to fuck all the way off. Like, again, go to the end of the road when you hit the stop sign, take a right so that you can fuck all the way off.
And eat all the dick.
And eat all of the dicks. Fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, John. Continue.
Is not, like, my instinct just to yell at them to begin with. But that's not what it's kind of a short film if it's just me going around yelling at people. The objective here is to ask questions, and that's all we did through the whole film. Is ask questions. And let gender ideology essentially hang itself is the idea. And to show, is this something that can withstand scrutiny or not? Even just basic scrutiny. And what we discovered is that it can't. So what's happening in that exchange is, first of all, she says, talking about a child who sits down with her, is she wants to know about their gender journey and where would you like to be in the future? So she's talking about a child's 5-year gender plan. But the point I was trying to get across to her is that children don't have a grasp on reality. I mean, even if in theory people could choose their own gender, which they can't, but if they could, it wouldn't make sense to say that a child could choose it. Children believe in Santa Claus. So what do they know about reality? If a child is 4 years old and believes that not only Santa Claus is real, but that fairies and dragons, and lives appropriately in this kind of fantasy world, and then the boy says that I'm a girl, that claim exists within the same fantasy world. This is just imagination. This is a kid who just doesn't understand the distinction between fantasy and reality. So how can they make these determinations? But then again, as we found there, Michelle wouldn't even affirm that Santa doesn't exist. So I was unclear about that also. Do you actually think that Santa exists? What's happening? But it's as you're talking to these people, it's like you feel yourself going slightly insane. So it was a pretty bewildering exchange there, but it only gets weirder from here. Let's keep watching. Male gametes. That's what makes me male.
No.
This is the
Your sperm don't make you male.
Then what does?
It's a constellation.
In reality, in truth, okay?
Whose truth are we talking about?
The same truth that says we're sitting in this room right now, you and I.
No, you're not listening.
If I see a chicken laying eggs and I say that's a female chicken laying eggs, did I assign female, or am I just observing a physical reality that's happening in the world?
Does a chicken have gender identity? Does a chicken cry?
Well,
Does a chicken commit suicide? Let's frame it, because you're trying
to... Chicken has sex like any biological
organism. A chicken has an assigned gender, but a chicken doesn't have a gender identity.
So we assign female to chickens when they lay eggs?
We assume they're female if they lay eggs.
That right there will go down for me as maybe one of the most probably, and every other thing that makes it on this particular list also happened in the film, but certainly one of the most outrageous exchanges I've ever had with anybody. And of course, see, this is what happens when you start asking questions to the proponent of gender ideology, is they end up backing themselves into various corners, and they have to make increasingly more wild sort of claims to get themselves out of the corners that they've backed themselves into. And so when you're talking about sex, for example, like it's all on a spectrum, and sex is something that is, as she says in our conversation, she says that sex is assigned at birth, that just like doctors are just deciding this kind of arbitrarily. Well,
this is an ad.
If you're an Alabama homeowner and your utility bills have skyrocketed recently, then...
Shut up.
Oh, great.
Well, if that's the nature of sex, then what about other organisms aside from human beings? Okay, we would also say that when a chicken is laying eggs, oh, well, that's a female chicken. Are we assigning that? Is that just something we've decided that the chicken is female? Or is the chicken female? And if the chicken is female, then that would tell us something about the nature of biological sex, which is that it's not assigned, it is observed. But she can't go along with that, and so she starts talking about the chicken's gender identity and whether chickens commit suicide. And it doesn't get much better from there. Well, last week, Kim Kardashian announced her new role as chief taste consultant.
So, I would like you to go back to the exchange towards the end there. You can just start it there. That's fine.
Full screen?
Yep.
Think that Santa exists? What's happening? But it's
pay super close
as you're
attention,
talking to these people. It's like you feel yourself going slightly insane.
It's important to understand.
So it was a pretty bewildering exchange there, but it only gets weirder from here.
This woman
Let's
is.
keep watching. Male gametes. That's what makes me male.
No, your sperm don't make you male.
Pause it.
Then what does?
That is what makes you male.
That is literally what makes you male.
That is the science. That is to science.
No, that's the science.
That is the science.
Not to science.
Yeah.
To science is what she's about to say.
Yeah.
It's a constellation.
We'll have to be honest with you. Like,
hold on. It's a constellation.
Stupid.
Continue.
Does.
It's a constellation.
In reality, in truth.
Justin, Venus being in retrograde means my child is a woman.
Stupid.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whose truth are we talking about?
The same truth that says we're sitting in this room right now, you and I.
You're not listening.
If I see a chicken laying eggs and I say that's a female chicken laying eggs, did I assign female, or am I just observing a physical reality that's happening in the world?
Does a chicken have gender identity? Does a chicken cry?
Well,
Does a chicken commit suicide? Let's
What does that
frame
do?
it because you're trying
The chicken has sex like any.
Coming from an agricultural standpoint, I know turkeys do commit suicide.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
But does a turkey cry?
I don't know.
Does a turkey have a gender identity?
I don't know. All I know is it's tasty.
Damn Skippy it is. That's why we are.
Real man of genius.
Like any
a chicken
biological
has
organism.
an assigned gender, but a chicken doesn't have a gender identity.
So we assign
Because gender
female to chickens
identities
when they lay
are-
eggs?
We assume they're female if they lay eggs.
That right there will go down for me as maybe one of the most probably, and every other thing that makes it on this particular list is also happened in the film, but certainly one of the most outrageous.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Okay. Also,
Don't be a dick.
don't be a dick. Like,
Eventually, we're gonna get flagged for that sound because you can't be a dick because we don't have gender
dicks
identity.
don't exist.
We don't have gender identity.
Oh, speaking of,
You could hear that whole wheeze.
you know where I'm going with this.
No.
The other day, you sent a message to the group chat about circumcision.
Damn it. You said the C word.
I sure did.
This guy heard it. He's going to come
I've
in here.
summoned him. What was going on in the Alabama Libertarians page?
Oh,
Because I know
no.
that's where it
I'm
was
friends
at.
with him on Facebook.
Oh, so he was just talking about it on his
Like, he
personal-
posts about it literally every day. Every single day. If the sun is up, this man is posted about dicks. This man is posted about cutting dicks.
Hey.
Don't be a dick.
And then I went and looked this man up. And I feel kind of sorry. But at the same time, I don't. Like, he is like, he's wheelchair bound. But like, I'm talking about like hardcore wheelchair bound. Like, he can't move his head or nothing. He looks like, what's his name? He used to be Superman.
Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, like he's in one of those wheelchairs. Like, he's laid back and everything. And I'm like,
Then how is he making these posts?
I don't know. I mean, they have technology now to do that stuff. I'm not making fun of that at all. I'm just saying, like, I felt bad after that, but then
First off,
then
why is that his primary concern then?
That's my thing. Like, you were in the state that you were in. Why is circumcision your concern? Like, do you think circumcision made you paralyzed? You know, like, because that just sounds stupid.
Stupid.
I don't get it. I don't understand the obsession with circumcision.
I don't either.
Like,
they say that apparently it lessens the male's sexual senses or whatever, like down there. And I'm like, I'm not too sure about that.
I'm not positive.
Like,
about
I have
that
two
one.
kids, and it was fun making them. You know.
I think if anything, it would heighten.
Yeah, because there's more stuff.
Well, there's less covering it.
But apparently, that cover is what enhances the sensation. But they say that. They say it enhances the sensation. But they also say that circumcision is the reason men can't last a while. And I'm like,
those two.
Doesn't.
But no.
No.
Hold on now.
Like, if it increases the sensation, that means I would not last as long.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
stupid.
Just shut up, man. Like, just shut up.
You are fake news.
That sounds so much better.
But literally every single damn day,
if the sun is up,
he's talking about
dicks.
getting dicks cut up.
Oh, man.
And they make it sound like you're throwing a dick in a like a meat shredder or something. I mean,
last time I checked, it was not mangled.
I like the way mine looks. Just saying.
Yeah, I would hope so because it's yours.
Just
like, I don't have any complaints about mine because it's mine.
I like the, you know, what was that movie where the guy was talking about, he was like uncircumcised. He was like, it's like a torpedo.
Oh my God.
I don't want a torpedo. I
think it'd be more like a shotgun shell.
I want the Blue Origin rocket.
I think we've got what you would consider a 50 cal, and uncut people have a shotgun shell.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Like a slug.
There you go. However, you're not helping the argument there, because people will be like, oh, well, that shotgun shell, baby. Pow.
Yeah, but at least I can see the... You know what? No, we're not doing this. We're not talking about this.
You said the C word. You said the C word.
It's because you brought it up, and I was curious as to what had happened.
Yeah. Pretty much just, he still won't shut up about it.
Well, again, I struggle to see how that's his primary concern in life.
I know.
Given the fact that he's in a fucking wheelchair.
And like, he has pictures of him at like rallies. And I'm like, you were wasting so much time with this circumcision bullshit.
Rallies about circumcision? Those exist? What the fuck?
I want to make a sign and be like, eat shit, I like my dick. Or something like that.
Uncut or cut and proud.
No, like how they said there's like less sensitivity. Be like
highly sensitive and proud.
No, like I'm cut, I nut, I'm proud.
Well, that's good. It's a good one. So, Joe, you know, it's been a couple weeks.
Right.
So, there's no Probst.
I know.
I feel like it's time to go to his favorite corner. It's time for Joe's Conspiracy Corner. Where'd the remote go?
It's gonna fill my eye.
I lost the remote. Oh, it's under my phone. Go.
NASA is actually launching a real study into UFOs.
Fantastic.
That's all I got on UFOs.
Good.
All
I
right.
do have something to add to this. Michio Kaku was on Joe Rogan this week talking about UFOs.
Very nice. I'm going to have to listen to that episode.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So, one thing I brought up to you that I wanted to talk about was, what is the Vatican hiding?
Oh, the Vatican is hiding some intense shit.
Let's just dig into this together.
Do it.
All right. I'm just going to literally Google what is The Vatican.
I mean, you're just going to see a bunch of fucking conspiracy theories, which is perfect because it's Joe's conspiracy corner.
So the Vatican secret archives include state papers, correspondence, account books, and many other documents the church has accrued over the centuries.
Including some certain banned books.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. 6 creepy conspiracy theories about the Vatican's secret archives.
Go for it. I'm here for it. I'm low-key here for it. This is what I love about this show. It's got something for everybody.
All right, number 1 says Jesus Christ. Many conspiracy theorists believe the archives contain correspondence between St. Paul and Emperor Nero pertaining to Jesus' existence and his biological descendants. Some theorists also believe the Vatican may be hiding proof that Jesus did not exist. You've got to hand it to them. That would definitely be something the Catholic Church would want to hide.
That indeed would be something that the Catholic Church wanted to hide.
Yep.
For sure.
Extraterrestrials. Aliens are evidence of alien life forms such as extraterrestrial skulls. Not only that, but there's rumors that the archives contain evidence that the Pope is conspiring with aliens to plant all of us with computer chips. How creepy.
Okay, first off, they had me until that last part.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dumbest shit I've heard in a while.
Apparently there's a video.
Well, that's the dumbest shit I've heard in a while, so let's not go there.
I'm looking at it and seeing what's going on here.
I'm pretty sure you could hear that burp.
Oh, yeah. No, video unavailable. Video unavailable.
Good, because it's bullshit.
All right, predicted apocalypse, a.k.a. the 3 secrets of Fatima. Well known, I believe, in the Catholic, community.
What, Fatima?
Yeah. There is a great deal of evidence that the text of controversial third secret of Fatima is one of the many secret documents hidden in the Vatican's archives. In 1917, 3 Portuguese children received ominous and enigmatic prophecies and multiple visions of the Virgin Mary, one of which was witnessed by thousands of people. The church's suppression of the final third secret fueled rampant speculation about its contents, ranging from apostasy of the papacy to nuclear holocaust to natural disasters ushering in the apocalypse. The Vatican's supposed release of the secret in 2000 did little to quell our concerns for obvious reasons. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. I need to clear my nostrils.
Totally hear that.
You know what else is in the secret archive, supposedly? Pornography.
I'm sure there is.
Yes, you read that correctly. Apparently, the archives are home to the largest collection of pornography. The statement is confirmed not only by Copenhagen's Museum Erotica, where visitors routinely inform that the Vatican holds the largest collection of erotica in the world, but also in writings by noted feminist scholar Camille Paglia and National Review founder William F. Buckley Jr. Dun dun dun. Here you go. The archives are controlled by the Illuminati. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Some people speculate the archives are controlled by the Illuminati. Those people are probably right, but not in the sense that celebrities like Beyonce have a hand in archival curation. Entertainers are just too busy to work on these archives, obviously. Yet, after the medieval dissolution, the Illuminati slowly built itself up, electing members to go into the highest offices of the world. One of these offices includes the Vatican City, where many high figures, including the archivists, are likely Illuminati members. The missing chronovisor. I don't know what this is.
Chronovisor?
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
The chronovisor is supposedly a machine that allows its users to view past and future events. The device is said to have been built by an Italian priest and scientist, Father Pellegrino.
Pellegrino.
You mean like the water?
I don't know.
Father Pellegrino Maria Ernetti. So he could record evidence of Christ's crucifixion. Of course, as there is no record of the machine, its most likely resting place must be hidden somewhere in the archives. And there's a YouTube video about it.
Okay, but you need to understand Okay, so the chronovisor described by Father Francois Brune in his 2002 book, The Vatican's New Mystery, was allegedly a functional time viewer. Brune is the author of several books on the paranormal and religion.
I'm going to have to check his stuff out.
In the book, Brune relates that the chronovisor was built by Pellegrino Ernetti, an Italian priest and scientist.
By Waterman.
Although Ernetti was a real person, the existence or functionality of the chronovisor has never been confirmed. Its alleged capabilities are strongly reminiscent of the fictional time viewer, which featured in T.L. Sheridan's 1947 science fiction novella, E for Effort. So, this dude wrote about it in a book, and now there's, like, all these fucking conspiracies.
It's very weird, though. Very weird.
Ernetti allegedly ended up helping Brune construct the machine as members of a team which included 12 world-famous scientists. He identified 2 of them as Enrico Fermi paradox, and Werner von Braun.
Son of a bitch.
The chronovisor was described as a large cabinet with a cathode ray tube for viewing the received events and a series of buttons, levers, and other controls for selecting the time and location to be viewed. It could locate and track specific individuals. According to its inventor, it worked by receiving, decoding, and reproducing the electromagnetic radiation left behind from past events. It could also pick up the audio component or sound waves emitted by these same events.
Almost like residual hauntings, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like it's not actual ghosts, but it's like the electrical signals left over. Like, say if one of us, say like we make it to like 90 and we live in the same home for 80 years or whatever. They say sometimes when you die, you can leave behind like an electromagnetic signature that can still be picked up.
Yeah.
But it's not like a ghost. Very interesting. We're digging into the deep. So apparently the Fermi paradox is a game?
No, the Fermi paradox is the theory as to why we have not found aliens.
Here we go. I accidentally put, I guess when I clicked on it, I clicked game.
Yeah, it auto-populates the game.
Because they want to hide it from us.
So the Fermi paradox basically establishes the idea of great filters, right? So
kind of like what we talked about that one time with like the simulation theory.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
So, one of the great filters is that the civilization has destroyed itself prior to reaching
right
interstellar travel.
Right.
Or
that's why we haven't actually met anybody yet, because like there's a filter built into the universe that allows us not to do that, or that keeps us from doing that.
Yeah. So he outlined 4 potential explanations as to why we haven't found aliens, and that would be aliens never came here because of a physical difficulty that makes space travel infeasible, which could be related to astronomy, biology, or engineering. Aliens simply never chose to visit us. Advanced civilizations beyond Earth arose too recently for aliens to have reached us. Or aliens have visited Earth in the past, but we have not observed them. So,
but that's assuming what we're seeing these days is not aliens.
Right. And then there's the Drake equation, which is supposed to describe the number of advanced civilizations we should expect to find in in the galaxy, right? And it's fucking crazy. Like, all this stuff.
See, this is why I love Conspiracy Land, because you can hit one thing and like it'll branch into this, then it'll branch into this, and like that's why I call it the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's why they call it the rabbit hole.
It is literally a giant rabbit hole.
Because it's all connected, which must mean it must all be true. But
not necessarily. I wouldn't go that far.
But where there is legend, there is an inkling of truth.
I mean, myths are typically created
from a bit of truth.
From a small bit of truth.
Exactly.
You know, like vampires.
Yes.
There was a tiny little bit of truth behind vampires. So, yeah.
We're going to find out one day that vampires actually existed. You watch.
So, let's see. So, vampire myths originated with a real blood disorder. Let's see.
Like what? Did it make you crave drinking blood or something?
Hold on. Trying to. Okay.